Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today, if you're new here, welcome. This is not usually my background setup, but I'm under construction. I am doing my palette declutter, so everything is off the shelves. It's usually filled with palettes, so that's coming up soon. So subscribe if you're not already subscribed and hit your notification bell so that you will know when that is coming up soon. And today, what I'm going to do is I am barefaced, nothing on. The reason behind it is I'm going to do something I haven't done in a really long time, if ever this extensive. I'm going to do a foundation review over multiple foundations from high-end to drugstore. And what I will do is I will do follow-up and let you know how it wore. I'll tell you all the foundations that I'm going to review, and I'm going to grade them from 1 to 10. So that makes it easy as far as where on that scale these would hit. Just to let you know, I have dry, mature skin. I don't use powder or concealer on my face. And so if you already know me, you kind of know my skin type. If you don't, know that this kind of review is just not going to be catered for everyone. I may like something or not like something that you love or that you don't like. So it's all relative to each one of us and our preferences when it comes to foundation. I have a little bit of an olive undertone. It's kind of to the cooler side of olive undertone. I am warmer, a little bit warmer in the summertime because I do have a tan and I do warm up, and that olive tone also warms up just a little bit. And so I ordered these online. I didn't sample any of them, so if any of them look off in color, that's why. But I do have corrector, and so if I need to, I can do that as well. I'm going to show you what all I have that I'm going to review, and then I will start off with the first one, doing a first impression by applying it to my face as far as color goes and how it applies, and then do a follow-up check-in to let you know how it wore throughout the day, and I will do that with each one of them that I purchased. I have a total of 6 different types of foundation that we're going to do. So this is going to be a nice wide variety of different foundations that I will be trying out for you. So if you're interested in seeing what all I got and which ones we're going to review, then just keep watching. I'm so glad you guys decided to stay. Okay, guys, let's take a look. The first one, let's start with the drugstore first. It's drugstore, really just one that's more of a higher end. I didn't go super high end. I wanted to kind of give a wide variety and try out some that I've never tried before. When I was looking for the foundations that I hadn't tried, a lot of them are ones that were even recommended to me, and I was like, I want to try this. Most of them are going to be luminous or dewy or something like that because that's what works best with my skin. Some of these may be super light coverage, medium coverage. I don't know. I think maybe one of these are a little bit more fuller coverage. I did get a foundation stick from Ulta. So I have e.l.f. and this one is a Halo Glow liquid filter. And some of you may say that's not a foundation. I saw it on somebody's face. It looked just like foundation. And I was like, what are you wearing? And she said, this. And so I was like, I need to try that. So that is in the running, and we're just wearing it by itself. And then I have the L'Oreal True Match Nude in the Hyaluronic Tinted Serum. And so I'm going to give that a go. I've heard really good things. I've never tried it before. The Fit Me Dewy Smooth Normal to Dry Foundation. The one that I did try a long time ago was definitely full coverage and not luminous. So I'm hopeful. Then I got a Ulta Beauty moisturizing foundation stick. I have a couple of Tom Ford foundation sticks and I love them. So why not try Ulta and give it a go? Why not, right? Why not? Okay. And then one of my friends will be super proud of me that I tried this. But we're going to give ColourPop Pretty Fresh Foundation, the Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation, a go. We'll see. ColourPop and it just doesn't get along with my skin. So we'll see what happens. And then Always On Smashbox. This is the higher end one that I picked up. Balancing Foundation, Hyaluronic Acid, and yeah, So I'm excited to try this one out. I think this is the one that had a little bit of olive undertone. That one is L20 is the shade on that. Light 60 Nude is what I got on this one. The Ulta Beauty one is in light to medium neutral. I put in what matches the best with me, and these are the ones that were suggestions. This one here is in light beige 118, and then this one in the L'Oreal, this one is 23 Light Pale. Not sure why that's called pale. I'm not pale. And then the e.l.f. Halo Glow is in shade 3 Light Medium. Let's just do first impressions, put this on my face and see what it feels like going on. I'm going to use a sponge, but here recently I've been using my fingers. I've been in all kinds of shadow and stuff, so I don't want to use my fingers today. But if I start out with my fingers, if I start out with a sponge, I'll do a sponge with all of them. I kind of want to do this foundation stick. I think that's where I'm going to start off, is the foundation stick. I'm going to try to make these a little shorter. You'll see me apply the foundation and jump back on and give you the review of how it wore. Okay, so open this up. Ooh, this looks a little light. No, it's darker than what I thought. Okay, I'm put it a little bit on the back of my hand. It looks a little light, but we'll see. We'll see. Sometimes these just blend in really nicely to your skin tone, and so I'm not going to prejudge it. Okay. All right, let's just start applying it. I'm going to stay away from my eye area, because too much around my eye area will look really, really bad, because it just brings out all kinds of lines and stuff that I don't want to be brought out. So far, it feels super creamy. I just have a little bit of moisturizing primer on. It's a little lighter, but that's okay. I'd rather go lighter than too dark. I can always warm it up a little bit with my blush. So far, this is going on really good. I'll get up close. I just film on my laptop, you guys. It has no frills. It's very basic, and I don't have any filters. I've got multiple videos, and I'm going to be doing live streams today. So a lot of different stuff going on my channel today. And of course, that will already be happening before you guys see this, but just so you know, there's going to be a lot going on today while I am trying out this foundation. So I'm going to get up close, and so that you guys can see my face. It's very skin-like. My eyebrows, I don't have anything else on my face, so I'm just showing you the foundation in this video. It doesn't accentuate anything, so I'm happy with that. And it really did just kind of blend into my skin tone, and it looks really natural. So I'm happy with it so far. So I'm going to go ahead and go about my day. I'm going to do my live streams. I'm going to do my videos and all that stuff today. And I'm going to wear it throughout the day. And then we will give you an overall report on how it wore throughout the day. So the next time I see you, I will be giving you an update on that report. So I'll see you in a few. Okay guys, it is at the end of the night, and I go ahead and give you my overall thoughts of this foundation. It wore really well. I had it on all day. Then later on in the evening, I did my makeup, because I went live and did my makeup. And then I did some unboxings, and I did about 3 hours worth of lives and unboxings and stuff. And it wore really well. The only thing that I have to tell you happened is when I did this eye look, it had a lot of fallout. So I wiped off right in here and had to reapply just right in this area. So that's the only thing. And let me get up close, because it is now midnight. So it was a long day. Okay, so, my skin is at the end of the night. So it is very, very, you're going to see every little everything, all the texture, all the wrinkles, I got wrinkles on my forehead, but you don't see the foundation bunching up in it or anything, or accentuating it even more so. Yeah, the only thing that I see that has happened is it kind of bunched up a little bit in, see right in my nose, there's a crease and kind of bunched up, less on this side than this side. This side really did it. But honestly, I'm thinking this is a winner. I will give you an update. So I want to try it outside as well, because I'm surprised. This is the Ulta brand foundation stick, and it's wearing about as good as my Tom Ford. So that's nice. I like saving money. So let me do an outside review on this as well, and I'll let you know. Okay, till the next time. Okay, guys, we're going to do the second foundation. And just to let you know, this little Ulta moisturizing foundation stick is a pleasant surprise. And this is starting this thing off. This has been an exciting review because I will repurchase this. And I know, I'm spoiling what I'm going to talk about at the end whenever I go over everything. But this was a really, really good foundation. And just so you know, I haven't been able to film for about a week and a half. I've been wearing this every day. I love it. I'm super excited about finding this. So on to the second foundation that we're going to give a go. This was recommended to me by my hairstylist, and she loves the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. And she wore it as foundation. She says it wears wonderfully as foundation, so that's what we're going to try out. We're going to give this a go. It has one of these. I'm not a fan. Yeah, it looks like a serum foundation, even though it says it's a glow filter. But, oh, I don't like these at all. But I don't know if it's, I think this is more like a foundation. I just can't. I don't like these things. Now, this seems a little rosy for my skin tone. I see a little bit of a peach undertone because I'm olive, and whenever I put something peach on my face, usually you can tell, but hopefully it kind of blends in with my skin tone. So this I purchased in shade 3 light medium. I'll probably put more. I just want to put a light. Yeah, it's definitely peach up against my skin tone, but it surely melts into my actual skin tone. You can see in the camera it looks yellow, but it is peach, and peach and olive tones do not go good together. But what I love about it is it's just kind of melting into my actual skin tone and not changing it. If I had a full coverage in that color, we'd be in trouble. Putting it on with my fingers, that's how I'm starting them all out, and then I'll probably use a sponge to kind of pat everything out. It is pretty. It does work as a light serum foundation is what it reminds me of. So far, liking how it looks, I'm going to go ahead and take the sponge and kind of just pounce it into my face. Okay, let me get up close. We'll take a look at this foundation, and then I will finish out my makeup, and we'll just give this one a go and see how it wears throughout the day. I would say just right off the bat, the coloring is good, and I'm a little darker right now, so that helps. But let's get up close. It definitely has the glow to it, so if you don't like that shiny glow, an easy fix is probably just layering on a little bit of powder, which I know most people do anyways. And since I'm using e.l.f., I never wear powder, you guys. Since I'm going to do this multiple days, I think I'm going to try just a little bit of powder the first day, and I'm not going to put it anywhere near my eyes because when I put powder near my eyes, it's a disaster. And so I'm going to put a little bit on my cheeks and maybe a little bit on just right around in my forehead. And because I have this e.l.f. powder that I really want to try, and it is the Halo Glow Setting Powder. So the first day we'll have powder, and then the rest of the time I won't. I'm just going real lightly because with powder, it can go dangerously wrinkled really quickly. It just sucks all the life out of my face for whatever reason. And then my dewy set. So once again, powder, dewy set. Okay, whether I leave my face like this or put on makeup, I don't know. Whatever I'm in the mood for before I head out the door. And then I'll wear this throughout the day. Okay, guys, then I will see you guys soon, and we will do a check-in. Okay, guys, it is a full 12-hour review, and so I just want to get up close and take a look, and it wore really well, even with the powder. So I would say if you're dry and you have super dry skin like I do, it is that dewy looking that even dry skin, it hydrates it enough to where you could wear powder. So my eyes are really red at the end of the night. But I was able to wear powder without it like bunching up my face like it normally does. And I even put it on the outside here. Yeah. Pretty good. And this is just the first day with the powder. I'm going to wear it without the powder and report back on how it wore without the powder as well, so you can know both ways. But so far so good. I mean, there's little areas, but that's just normal wear. You know what I mean? That's not anything that the foundation's doing. And I wouldn't necessarily call it a foundation. I don't know if it's it works just like a serum foundation. So that's what I would call it, as a serum foundation. Pretty impressed with the second one. But like I said, I'm going to wear this throughout the week and I'll report back how the week went, wearing it all over. So I'll see you then. So I am through about a week and a half actually of doing the e.l.f. Halo Glow liquid filter. I'll save my thoughts for the end, but I like it. But we're going to go on to the next one for the next review. And I thought, why not do the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation. That's the one I want to try today. I got this in light 6 on this one, 6 ON. So neutral, probably olive neutral, maybe. ON. I'm going to just squirt some on the back of my hand. Seems pretty peachy. I don't like the peachy. The peachy on my skin tone is no bueno. Maybe it'll change as I put it on my face. Actually, it does kind of change as it hits my face. So that's good. It just looks that way on the back of my hand for whatever reason. I've been applying with my fingers. I don't know why I grabbed the sponge, but let me just go back in with my fingers and I'll just do what I've been doing with all the others to keep it the same. I have primer on already. I'm actually trying a NYX Freeze Face primer, but I have been enjoying trying out these foundations all week. I know that wasn't my original plan, so this video is going to be a long time coming, but you know, giving it a week, I think I have a better look at what I'm doing with each foundation and how I like it. And so I'm glad that I decided to do that. This is a little bit more fuller coverage. It says it's hydrating, but I don't know. It kind of seems a little dry feeling on the face, but it's not making me feel super cakey or anything, so that's good. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna put on some blush and stuff so we can see what it feels like. Pull out one of my ColourPop blushes. Let's do this pink. It works well with the blush for sure. We'll give it a full day's wear. All right, let me spray it real quick. I think it looks pretty good. Okay, I will see you hopefully at the end of this day. Okay guys, this is a good 11-hour wear time for the ColourPop foundation. I can already tell you, this is the first one that I'm like, I'm not sure I would repurchase it, but this is the first day. I probably won't do a full week. Like I've been doing like 5 to 6 days, like a pretty much a full week of each foundation. I think I did one over a week. This one, I probably won't do that many days. I'll probably do 3 or 4 days. It'll still give me a good test, but I have other foundation that I need to try to get this put up. But I feel like it's really drying around my eyes. I feel like my fine lines are really showing up more so than normal. You know, something always happens right in here, but I just feel like it bunched up around my mouth. Like I don't know. And then like there's a whole bunch of texture on my face that I never get. And I noticed that earlier in the night when I was doing a live stream, and it may be because it's like pulling it kind of like how concealer typically does in my face, or if I put on powder, but I didn't put on powder, no concealer, no nothing. But there is texture right in here where I normally don't have texture. I show you guys my face, no filter, no nothing, on this channel all the time. I don't have a fancy camera or anything like that. It's just a laptop. So you're just getting my webcam. Let's see if you can see it. See how that did that? But do you see that? Like, and it's like, it's pulling my face. Like it's making my skin look worse than it does without any foundation on.
And that's a no-go for me.
It needs to improve it or we're not doing it. You know what I mean? That's why I don't do powder or concealer. Yeah, I just feel like it's pulling my face in different directions and it's a no-go for me. So, but we're going to give it a go. We're going to at least give it 2 more days. But, you know, if you know it's a bad foundation, you know it's a bad foundation and there ain't much more that you can do about it. So, but it started doing this pretty quickly. So that would have been, it's 11 hours, so 6 hours in. Yeah. So that's not very long. So, but we'll give it a go. We'll try it. We'll try it again. From afar, it doesn't look too bad, but I could tell like right away, like I'm starting to see that texture and that pulling on my face. And I was like, no. And if you know me, you know that ColourPop really does not work out real well with my face either. So let's give it a couple more days and I'll check back in with you. Okay. All right. I'll see you the next time on the next check-in. Okay guys, trying out a new foundation. We just got through with the ColourPop one. I'll tell you a little bit about that. But first, I'm in a little bit of the Halloween vibe. I don't know when you're going to be watching this because reviewing multiple foundations takes a while. And so just so you know, though, I have some PR that came in that's Halloween themed. So I'm going to be doing some videos today super excited about, but I just wanted to explain the vibe that's going on today. So ColourPop, I'm going to give you a little bit of the review just since it is fresh in my mind.
Pretty fresh, and it's fresh in my mind. ColourPop Pretty Fresh.
Anyways, the first time that I wore this didn't work out so great. And then the second time I wore it, I applied it differently, still didn't look all that great. And then after that, I figured it out. You need very little of this foundation, mainly if you have more mature skin, because if you put too much on with this foundation, it will accentuate anything on your face. Less is more with this foundation. I'll give you the full review at the end whenever I go over all my recommendations on all the foundations and what I liked and what I didn't like. So on to the next. We are on the next foundation. I may be getting a 7th foundation in. I have a friend of mine that is on the PR list of another brand. And so I may be adding another one to this list. So I'm excited. Hopefully I get it in time, and then I'll throw another one in there. I think today I want to try the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy Smooth Normal to Dry Foundation. I hear so many people talk about the Fit Me foundation. And so I'm excited to try this, and I'm going to use my fingers like I have been doing with all of them to see how it applies first that way, and then I'll use other things throughout the week as well. So I'm just going to put some dots. Pretty good match, I can tell, unless it oxidizes, which I will let you know. My face already has moisturizer on it and primer, literally just absorbed into my face. Not sure I'm gonna like that. The thing that I'm noticing right off the first is it is clinging to some areas that have just a little bit of texture. Let's go ahead and add just a little bit more because it just absorbed right in, and you know, I have little areas that are kind of dry. It's just gonna cling to those areas, and that I don't care for too much. Nobody should. And there's a little areas that just seem like foundation didn't stick. So weird what it's doing with my face. It's like disappearing in certain areas and then like pilling up a little bit over on the side. In the camera, I'll get up close so you can see a little bit better, but right off the jump, I'm not too sure about this one. But I wasn't that way with ColourPop either, so we'll keep trying. We don't just give up on first go, you know what I mean? I'm going to go ahead and spray and kind of dab it and see if I can get some of those dry areas to kind of disappear. We'll see. Oh no, I was hoping it would kind of help dry areas, and it just took the foundation right off because I'm not dragging. I'm just pushing it into my face. All those red spots, like my red areas, removed. When we got that, let's just do another little layer. Right now, I mean, unless this gets a lot easier, I don't like foundation where you gotta sit there and baby it. I'd much rather spend more money on a foundation that like I just know is low maintenance than to sit here and baby a foundation. It seems to cling in certain areas that you don't want it to cling, and the other areas you want it to cling, it's not doing it.
So, on first impression, I would say stubborn.
I'll leave it. I mean, it looks okay right now, so I want to leave it alone. I'm just going to get up close and let you see what the face looks like. Over here is where it was kind of peeling, but I kind of got it to go away like it was peeling off. Color matches really well. Up close, it doesn't look bad at all. So let's just hope it stays. Let's go ahead and apply blush, see how blush applies. Going to apply this blush in Surrender, and this is the Unearthly Cosmetics Glowing Blush Palette. This was a part of one of their mystery boxes that they sell. The blushes look like this here, and I think I'm going to go into this one right here on the end. This is the shade Passionate. I'm going to take that up on my blush brush and just kind of dab. Got the blush applied. Didn't move anything. Looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and wear it. I'll come back and check in later tonight. I'll see you in a few then. Hey guys, so it's been about a 12-hour wear time. I almost went to bed, you guys. I have my night shirt on. Almost went to bed and I was like, I gotta go down there and I gotta show you guys 12 hours. So this eye look will be with a palette that will be released by the time you guys see it. Really loved it, but it's been 12 hours and I think I've even wiped my eyes like I've been doing all kinds of stuff, forgetting that I have this follow-up to do. No, nothing. This is just 12 hours of wear time. It actually wore pretty good. So I'm going to get up close so you guys can see. I mean, I feel like any foundation is going to look like this after 12 hours on me. This is a pretty typical 12-hour look for me, where I have been running and gunning and had a day full of stuff. No rest today. So I think it held up pretty well. Is it my favorite? No. Okay, let me get a little closer. There's some like gathering and bunchiness, like showing like texture that normally you don't see. Maybe a little bit in here, but I'm really being inland. Like, I feel like it's accentuating the lines in my forehead more so than other foundations do at this point. So you'll get my full review at the end of it, but I'm going to keep wearing it. I'm going to wear it with different bases underneath it. You know, I'll maybe exfoliate here in a couple of days another time and see if that makes a difference. All right, guys, until the next foundation. See you later. Okay, guys, we are going to do another foundation. I thought, well, why not just go ahead and start the L'Oreal? Because, you know, they kind of in the same class as far as drugstore foundation, about the same price. So why not just give it a head-to-head review back-to-back so I can kind of compare the two. I have this little spot on my face. It just kind of just showed up. Not sure what's going on there. It's not really a pimple. It just is kind of like a red spot. So this is the L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum. So let's go ahead and get this on our face. It's a dropper form. Don't care for that. It does usually get super messy. The dropper never really works. So I really think that it is just like to make it look fancy or something. I don't know. Like I said, I'm trying each foundation with my hands first. If it doesn't look well, I can blend it out with a sponge. But all my other foundations that I wear on a regular basis,
Don't touch your face with the dropper because you put it back in there, but this is my dropper, so I'm touching my face with it, okay? Do as I say, not as I do.
Or do whatever you want to do, because that's what I do.
That's more like my motto. Do whatever you want to do, because that's what I do.
My face is just a little more blotchy than normal, so a serum foundation probably wouldn't be my first go-to, but let's see if it can build in some areas. I'm building it up where I'm red. So far, it looks pretty good. At first glance, so far, this one is doing better than the other one. Yeah, if I had my choice, I would take this dropper out. Maybe I can take it off. I don't know. I would say the skin match is pretty good. As far as the color goes, I did get this one in 2 to 3 light pale. And I am on the darker side, but I believe this one showed quite a bit darker for whenever I looked up like the swatches and stuff online whenever I was ordering it. So I was like, oh, I probably should go with a little bit lighter than what I was thinking. So I don't know if this just caters to a more darker skin tone or it just has a very wide range. I can't remember for sure, but I do remember taking it down a notch, even though I am pretty tan right now. And I'm glad I did because I think it's a pretty good match. So I got a little bit of redness right there, so I'm going to try to cover that up. I just think I have super inflamed skin right now, which doesn't surprise me. Whenever I'm under a lot of stress, my skin wigs out, everything like wigs out. So, and there's a little bit of texture underneath it, so I'm wondering if it isn't just hives, because I've been having hives on other areas of my body, mainly my legs, and so it is a possibility that this is a little bit of hives that are popping up on my face, because I can kind of tell right in here there's actual texture, and I don't normally have texture there. And I'm just kind of building it since this is a serum, and if I can get this area to even out, because right now it's not. Okay. I'm going to get up close and then we'll put on some blush and see what that looks like with application of blush. It's not too bad. I mean, see, you can see a little bit of redness and texture and raised area there, but that's my skin. That's not the foundation. So let's go ahead and put on some blush and some setting spray and let's wear it throughout the day and I'll come back and check. Okay, today I'm going to use the Pat McGrath blush palette. I love this blush palette. It is so pretty. Sometimes they're so pretty, it's like, I just want to do this really softly, but I need to learn to just enjoy my makeup. So I'm going to go in with this little dusty rose one here. Oh, I put a lot of blush on there, so let's go in lightly. Okay, yeah, I mean, I put blush on a little bit darker than normal, but I absolutely love the way that applied with the foundation. I will check in after all the running around today, and I have date night tonight. So, all right, guys, I'll see you in a few. Okay, guys, this is the end of the night. I went out on a date night and I have only been wearing this for 9.5 hours. So it wasn't as long as I thought it was going to be. We didn't have a really late date night, which was kind of good because I'm a little tired tonight. But I wanted to hop on here. It's worn off right here. Like I can see clearly foundation line where I can see my skin here. And so I'll show you when I get closer. Like there's spots that have just like absorbed and it's just gone. And I don't have oily skin, you know, so that's something that's different that I don't normally have with the foundations that I wear. Both of the drugstore foundations did kind of a similar thing with the patchiness as it wore throughout the day. So that's interesting. But anyways, I'm going to get close. And you can see a definite line where the foundation cuts off, and then this is just bare skin. Same thing here. This is all bare skin. See the line? You can kind of see it a little bit better, but there's foundation. See, it just kind of disappears off the side of my face. So, I mean, it didn't do it on this side. I mean, there's a little bit there. There's some sparklies. Yeah. I mean, it wore okay. So I'm not feeling like, oh, I want to hurry up and wash my face, you know, because this foundation looks awful. I don't feel like that. It's definitely worth the money. I think I like this one just a little bit better than the Fit Me. And so the L'Oreal, I think, is a little bit better. But I'll keep wearing it and get a better grasp on it. And then I have 2 here and maybe another one on the way from a friend that sent me an extra foundation. So I'm excited to try at least 3 more for you guys. So, all right, until the next time, see you around. Surprise! Okay, guys, we're going to do another foundation review. This look is a part of a membership live that I'm about to do. I'm doing a 1920s look, so you guys get a little sneak peek. But by the time you guys see this, I've already done it because it is tonight. So I am starting out today, and I'm going to do a Smashbox foundation review. We have 2 left, this one and another one, and unless I get the 3rd one that is coming in the mail sometime from Janet, if I get through both of these before I get that other foundation in the mail, I'll probably just wrap up this foundation review with what I have. Because as it stands, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 foundations. That's a pretty good review amongst several foundations for you in all different price ranges as well. So Smashbox is always on skin balancing foundation, hyaluronic acid, and adaptogens. All right, so this is in shade L20-O, olive. So this is a little dark, but I am a little darker right now. So let's hope this is the one that I was kind of concerned about. We'll see if it works out. Again, I'm going to apply with my hands like I've been doing. It's a little dark, and usually a lot of times if you get olive tone, a lot of times they go more towards the darker. And also the foundation review to do the check-in at the end of the day. See that? We're not paying attention to the forehead, no matter what it looks like. Okay, so that's a little dark, and I'm super red right now, but oh my, that is definitely not my color. I don't know if this is olive tone or not. It's more yellow. Interesting. I have to look it up. I may only be wearing this one when I'm hanging out at the house, because even though it's not my color, I can still give you a review on how it wears. You know what I mean? So that doesn't bother me none. But this definitely will need to be passed on to somebody else. It just seems very yellow to me. It doesn't seem olive at all. Oh, this is super drying as well. In the mirror, it looks so yellow, like yellow. So, ugh. I don't know why people think that olive tone means yellow, because it doesn't. So what I'm going to do is, you got to see the first application, and that's what we do this for. This is the first one that really has not worked out color-wise, and it's super dry. Like it's literally sucking the life out of my face. I'll get up close. It is like it's pulling my face in tight. I can't tell. Like it's pulling it. That's what it does when it's super drying. Okay. And it just applied super drying as well. Almost like if you have super dry skin, the foundations that are watery, like they look awful on dry skin. And so kind of like Kosas, when it has like that watery foundation, that does not look good on dry faces. Oh, it looks so awful. Okay, so you got to see application. I will wear it though today with something mixed in to look more like my skin tone. I have not real good high hopes for this one, but today won't be the day that I actually wear the wear test. We'll do that a different day, but I'm going to keep this in here because you got to see the application, and that's what the first part's for anyways. So I will wear it again. We're not paying attention to the forehead, but I will try to change it so that I can actually wear it now, but I won't do that whenever I have nothing going on. I'll wear it throughout the day, and I will still give you an update at the end of this whenever I'm doing the comparison and taking my notes. So we will see you whenever it's time to put on the last one that I have in hand right now, unless the other one comes in. So the one after that is Fenty Beauty. So, all right, guys, I'll see you. This one was a bust, but hey, 1 out of, 7 or 6 so far isn't bad. So, all right, guys, I'll see you the next time. Okay, update. I didn't add any other foundation. All I did is I took this RMS Revolving Radiance Locking Primer and I put a couple of pumps in that, and I just put it over top of that foundation. And not only did it rehydrate it and make it look a lot better, but it toned it down. Maybe because it was too thick. Maybe there was too much foundation, and if it's thinned out a little bit, it will evolve into a better color match for me, possibly. So I'm going to wear it. So I will check in. So I'll see you in a few. Glad that everybody loved this little theme. So I'm going to let you guys go. We're at 2 hours. And if I jump off now, I'll be able to
My channel.
So today what we are going to do is we're going to do the last and final foundation review. I'm not going to wait on the other one that's coming in the mail because I'm not quite sure when it'll get here. And I want to kind of get this review up in a timely manner because some of you guys have been seeing me try on these foundations and been asking me about them. And I'm like, you got to wait for the review. So I thought, I'm not going to make you guys wait. So what we're going to do today is we're going to try on the last and final foundation. I am going to show you the application here on the video, and then I am going to wear it a few days after this, different times of the day, throughout the day, see how it wears so that I can get a good idea on it. At the end of today, when I get done wearing it for the first impression, I will come on and tell you how it wore throughout the day and give you a little look at what it looks like at the end of the day as well. Now, I did forget to check in with the Smashbox, and that kind of makes me angry. I knew there was going to be at least one that I was going to forget to do the check-in. I had done a live stream with my members, and we had so much fun. We did a 1920s look, and I forgot to check in at the end of it. So I'm really sad about that, but just know that that was an awful, awful foundation. And so that is a no-go. But you'll get all of my full review at the end, and we'll go through each one, okay? Today, the foundation is Fenty Beauty. I'm excited to try this. This is the Ease Drop Blur Smooth Tint Stick. I love these sticks. Like, they're really coming out with some really nice tinted moisturizing sticks, which makes me really happy. Okay. So it looks like this here. I love the packaging. I'm a packaging person, and it's a plastic, but it's very bougie looking still. All right, so it is covered with a cap here. Oh man, though, do you guys see how much foundation is in there? Rihanna, girl, let me see how much I paid for this. You all, I don't know. This better be magic on my face. Because this down here is not foundation, I don't think. It doesn't look like it. It's just right from there on up. This was $35. Wow, 9 grams.
This better be gold. This better be. Wow.
So, Fenty, if you want to dupe us, my suggestion in the future is not make clear packaging so we can see how much we're actually purchasing for $35.
Because, like, I've been using my bougie stick, Mr. Tom Ford. I've been using this for a long time. Look, you can't see how much is in there, but I've been using this already for a long time. And so, like, this is definitely fatter, whiter, more everything, but I've been using this for a very long time. This better be good. This better be good, Rihanna. That's all I gotta say about that. Let's try it on our face. I'm already primed. Let's just get into this because I'm really kind of I'm like, should I just return it before I put it on my face? I'm not going to do it. All right, color's good. Maybe a little too peachy for me. We'll see. I'm going to smooth it out with my hands because I've done all of them with my hands first. And I just feel like the warmth of skin to skin just melts foundation down into the face the best. I'm going to use a sponge because even though it's melting it into my face, it's not spreading well. Let's keep working on this foundation. It's not as good as my Tom Ford on first impression spreadability. That's for sure. But this is like taking a lot to even get all over my face. People need to know that you're not getting very much product and you're having to use a lot to get it to apply to your face. So you're not gonna get much out of your $35 worth. That is for darn skippy sure.
I can see this being on the clearance rack here pretty soon, coming to a TJ Maxx near you.
It seems to be okay as far as color. It seems to be okay as far as what it looks all blended out. Like I don't see any major issues. It did pretty good, like covering. It's just that it takes so much product, and that's not good with what little is in here. Okay, so because I haven't even taken it down on my chin and underneath at all, and I just got it on my face, and I'm like, this is liquid gold. I don't want to be spreading this all over my neck and everything. Too much money. No, I definitely don't see $35 worth on my face. Like it looks pretty in the camera, but like in person, I know what the Ulta stick looks like and the Tom Ford. No, nope. But we're gonna still wear it. Okay, I'm gonna get up close before I spray it. Still gonna do a review on it. It is very pretty. But $35, that little much. And how much I had to use, like you saw how many times I had to go in. So I'm going to spray it now. So I do like it. It looks pretty. I'm just a little salty. Okay, I'm just going to grab this little random blush that I have here, and I'm going to put this on over top so we can see application of the blush. This is probably a blush that I'm going to be decluttering. And so I'm like, I probably should use it a couple times, just make sure that I really want to declutter it. Didn't like leave holes or anything in my foundation or break it up in any sort of way. So we added the moisture with the setting spray, and now we have used the blush and it applied well. So I will check in after I have done a thorough day's worth with this foundation, and I will check in with you as long as I don't forget like the last one. Oh, that makes me so mad. So I will see you guys in several hours. See you then. Okay, guys, it's at the end of the night. I've had it on for about 8 hours and 20 minutes. I'm going to wear it a few more times. Right now, just at 8 hours, I'm thinking it's not that great. I'm going to get up close, and what you're going to see is a lot of gathering, not gathering, but like pooling, I guess. Maybe it dried out around my eyes. I use a very good moisturizing primer for this look, but I know I've been smiling and laughing and stuff, but like there is so many lines around my eyes, and that normally does not look like that. Like without foundation, my eyes don't look like that. Now, let me get up close, but we will, wear it for more. But do you see the little lines and gatherings with the skin? A lot of like showing more like fine lines and stuff. It's like accentuating it, where if I didn't have this makeup on, you wouldn't see that. So just like you see all the lines. I mean, it's probably a little worse in person. There you can see all those like that. So, and then gathering in there. It's probably worse on this eye than this eye. So that's day 1, only 8 hours. And the next few days, I'll probably be wearing it longer than 8 hours. So we'll check back. This $35 expensive little itty bitty bit of foundation's kind of got me a little stressed. Okay, so I will be checking back after a few days, and whenever I come to check back on that, I should be able to just go over all the foundations and give you the final review after wearing them all and where they're at and where they rank and what I suggest and what I don't suggest. So I will see you guys on the next one for the follow-up and the conclusion. So I'll see you then. We are at the end of this review, and I feel like this is the most intense review and extensive review that I've ever done on my channel. And I'm really, really excited to tell you guys my results. So I'm going to rank these in order. I did the 7 that I had told you about, the 7 that I am going to complete. I did leave out the one that is coming in the mail because I wanted to be able to get this up for you guys. You may be very surprised with my results. All I have on is foundation today, you guys. And why is that? Because I'm wearing one of these foundations. Because one of these foundations is a dupe for my Tom Ford, and it's a lot less money. And why am I telling you this at the beginning? Because I want you to look at my face. Because half of my face is with one of these foundations, and the other half of this face is a Tom Ford foundation. Can you tell? Can you tell a difference? I won't tell you till the end, so if you can tell the difference, the right side or the left side, tell me down in the, which one do you think is the Tom Ford, the right or the left? Tell me down below. Okay, I'll tell you at the end. All right, we're going to go over each one of these from the worst to the best. I'm going to tell you why and what all happened in the wear time that I wore these foundations. I wore every single one of these, not only with the first impression and the wear time check-in at the end of the night, except for one I forgot, but I also continued to wear these and take notes throughout the week. So I continued to wear these in different conditions and different inside, outside, daytime, nighttime. I tried out different primers and did different things to see if that made a difference, if it made it better, if it made it worse, that kind of thing. And then I also did at least 3 days on each one of these, but most of them were more than that, 4 or 5 days or a full week. So I really, really got a chance to see what I loved, what I didn't love, what I would buy again, what I wouldn't buy again. So I'm going to tell you all that, guys. All right, so let's get into it. Let's start off with number 7. Old Smashbox. By the way, this is in, again, just to remind you, this is in L20 is the color that I got. It was way too yellow. Smashbox needs to be smashed because this is awful. It wore so horrible, and this is the only one I forgot to check in on. Y'all, you ain't missing nothing because it was so patchy. It got into every little fine line. It sucked the life out of my face. It looked awful. It wore awful, and if you have mature skin, it doesn't matter how much because I still wore this for a minimum of 3 days. It was awful every single day. And I tried different moisturizers. I actually went in and dermaplaned my face and then rehydrated it, did serums, just really treated my face to some really good nourishment, and still no go. I did dermaplane my face on another foundation coming up, and it did wear better. So it did improve just by getting some of the dead skin off my face, the hair, and all that stuff. So I did improve a little bit on one of these, but this, it didn't happen. It just stayed looking awful. So 10 out of 10, do not recommend if you have mature skin. Number 6 made me so sad because as you can remember, it just had about this much foundation in it, and it was $35, and that's the Fenty Stick foundation. This one here is Eavesdrop, the Blur Smooth Tint Stick, and no, it is awful. It's awful. It's not as awful as Smashbox, but that's about as good as I can say anything about it. It wears off during the day. It does not stay on the face. It does not look good at the end of the day. It doesn't even look good probably 4 hours plus into the day. It starts to do funky things on your face. And so, yes, I did different primers. I did moisturizing. I did all those things with every single one of these to give it the best shot that it could possibly get. This is $35. It only has about that much foundation in it. It's just highly do not recommend this foundation. At all. So there's that. Okay, so number 5, ColourPop Pretty Fresh. Now this one, the first impression wear at the end of the night ended up not looking so great. It bunched up. It did, it just like pulled my skin in different areas. It dried it out underneath the eyes and stuff like that. So I was not happy with how much this dried out my face. But This is the one where I took time. I did wear this one for 5 days, and I took my time and I dermaplaned my face and I moisturized. I did some serums and I just babied my face all up, and this one wore better that way. It really did. It wore better with like a moisturizing primer and then babying your face. But should I have to go to that link to make this foundation look good? No. I should not have to do that. Yes, you should maintain your face, but I do on a regular basis. I really had to baby my face to make this work. So it is in 5 because I can make it work. It looked beautiful as far as first application. The color was really nice. The color on this one is Light 60N. It was okay. I will use it. I'm not going to return it or anything like that. So, and this is the hyaluronic hydrating foundation formula. So put it in my rotation. I may, use it to mix with another foundation that's a little bit more on the dewy side and see how that goes in the future. And then number 4 is the L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum. This one is in number 4th place, and yeah, I would not repurchase this. I do not like how it wore throughout the day. It had disappearing spots on my face at the end of the day. It was just super strange. I don't like the dropper. Like, I've already got like foundation on this, and I've used it just for the few days that I wore this. I wore this, I think, 3 or 4 days, and I've already got the dropper looking gross, and I know that's just aesthetic looking, but the dropper is just annoying. It just makes it look, it's just so messy. It's just so messy because like when you pull it out, like it gets the foundation all around the cap, and then you put that on, it just gets goopy and gross. I don't like it. Like, it is not a good thing for foundation. For serums, yes, but for foundation, no. I would say that this one probably around hour 5, maybe 6, it just started just disappearing in different spots of my face. And it was in random spots, so it wasn't like I just like swiped that side of my face or anything, but even with other foundations, it doesn't remove completely like that either. So it could just be my skin. If you have this foundation and you absolutely love it and that doesn't happen to you, then it's a good fit for your skin. For me, it was not a good fit for my skin. I would not repurchase just this one. It wasn't as bad as the other 3, so it is in the 4th place. So number 3. So we're in the top 3. All 3 of these I would absolutely repurchase again. I was super impressed with the top 2. The 3rd one is worth mentioning. I would buy it again. Probably wouldn't be my first go-to, of course, because these other 2 would be. It worked really well, and I was pretty impressed overall. In number 3 was the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy Smooth Foundation. Now, did it wear as amazing as I've heard people say it wears? Not on my skin, it didn't. But it did wear overall pretty well. It stayed on my face. It did gather and do some bunching and like some little texture type things throughout the day, but that's okay. Our faces aren't going to look exactly like they did whenever we first put on the foundation. Some of them do, but that's very rare. This one has sunscreen. This one is also in shade 118, light beige. It was a little bit light for me for right now, but I think that their colors are a little darker than what they appear to be. So like online, 118 light beige ended up being a pretty dark shade. So normally I'd be a light to a medium beige, that kind of thing. And this one was just a light beige. If you order this online and not see it in person, you may have to pare it back a little bit for your skin tone, but it did wear pretty decent. So I don't have much to say bad about it other than just some texture and maybe emphasizing a little bit of the lines and stuff at the end of the day. It's definitely worth its money. So there's that. Number 2 and number 1, I'm pretty proud to talk about. Number 2 is only for you girls out there that likes a nice, healthy, glowy face. Okay, so if you like that healthy, glowy look, then this is for you. I do enjoy that. So this is why this is in my number 2. It didn't accentuate any kinds of lines or wrinkles. And I think that that's a misconception that if you're going to wear a dewy, it's going to bring out all your imperfections. And it didn't. And I was able to wear powder with this, which I can't normally wear powder, but I just kind of powdered in different areas. It wore beautifully throughout the day. I wore it without the powder and it wore beautifully. I thought maybe it might wear bad if I didn't wear the powder, and that's why I put the powder on. But I wore it without the powder, and it wore beautifully throughout the day and did not wear off. It did not look awful at the end of the night. It layers nicely with blush, and top of it, it looked great. And so this is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Filter, liquid filter, and with Glow Booster for radiant skin. And this is in shade 3. It looks beautiful. It just makes your skin look glowy. Like, it glows. Your skin glows. It looks healthy. I love the look of it. And so that's why it is number 2. Number 1, blew me away. Never in a million years was I expecting this one. This one snuck up and bit me. This is the Ulta Beauty. Ulta Beauty, okay? I have never tried anything Ulta. I've tried eyeliner, pencils. I've tried other foundation. I've tried, like liquid foundation. I've tried a lot of their different stuff, and nothing has really wowed me to the point where I'd repurchase it. This, I'm repurchasing. This is a dupe for my Tom Ford stick. I'm not telling you where or what side all of this is on, but half of my face has this stick and half of my face has this stick. This stick costs $14. And guess what? Ulta does half price sales all the time. So you can get this for $7. This you cannot get for $7. You can't. Not even if it was on a reselling site. You can't get this for $7. Like, this is uberly expensive. So the only thing is that this one does take a little bit more product to get it to spread as well as this one does. Just to be fair, this one is 15 grams and this is 10 grams. Not that big of a difference. Okay, not $90, but I know you probably have some really good ingredients in here and all that good stuff. But this one, it looks the same. It's a dupe. It's a dupe. And I'm very picky on how and when I use the word dupe. Dupe has to be exact for me because that's what dupe means. It means exactly the same. It wears beautifully. It wears just as good as this one. So I was excited to find that. So well deserves it. So incredibly impressed and shocked. So as long as they don't change their formula on this one is, like I said, the moisturizing foundation stick. It is in light to medium neutral. And in the Tom Ford, I wear the 4.0 Fawn. And so just so you know, even the colors, because it's on my face right now. I'm telling you guys, I tell you. Look at it. It's the same thing. It just feels the same and it looks the same. And I'm just so excited to have a dupe. I mean, the color's a little bit different, but it's not much. Like, this one's just a little bit lighter, but so amazing. If you are ready, I'm going to show you which side of my face is Ulta and which side is Tom Ford. So I hope you put it down in the comments already so that there's no cheating. But the left side of my face is the Ulta stick and the right side is the Tom Ford. Can you tell the difference? Did you get it right? It wears so beautifully. I'm excited to find this little hidden gem that I didn't know about. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. And until the next time, guys, I hope glitter catches your eye, but never goes in it. Take care. Bye-bye.